What's up, YouTube, FishTube and Fish fan? This is yours truly, Rob with the Freeze Aquariums. A little bit more upbeat today. So I decided I was going to do a video because today's Sunday. Normally it's my water change Sunday, but I kind of did them all last week. But I'm probably going to do maybe a smaller one due to the levels of feeding. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about your tank tops. Do your strips look like this? Are they breaking from age? Do your lids look like this? Well, quick and easy. Most of you probably know this. For some of your new folks, hopefully this helps you out. So stay tuned. Hopefully you can see this. Now what I did, there's probably a million different ways to do it. Magic eraser. What you can also do a quick way, even when you're working in fish tanks that you bought that are used and have that scaly buildup, is you can take paper towel and wet it down with apple cider vinegar so that it's soaking, and you just push it down and lay it on the glass and leave it. In a fish tank, you would rotate it, so of course you get all the areas. But if you take this with apple cider vinegar and leave this on here for an hour or two, you can come back and in some cases wipe that right off, foul it up with the razor, or repeat the process. Soak it again, new fresh paper towel soaked with apple cider vinegar. Leave it on here again for another hour or two. The longer you do it, and the longer you keep replacing it with fresh, stronger apple cider vinegar, the easier it's going to come off. Now, I know a lot of us in the hobby, when it comes to cycling a tank, we want it cycled yesterday. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to apply to getting the crud off your glass. So, time to make your glass beautiful. I'm using hot water and I'm using my algae scrubber. Now just be careful not to apply too much pressure because you don't want to break your glass. Now as you see, it's getting some of the film off, but it's not getting this. Now this is where your dollar store tool comes in handy. When you're done, take it apart and dry it so it doesn't rust. So just carefully run this up and down. You can actually hear the scale coming off. Now I wonder, like, maybe something like CLR, because you always see a commercial for that, for getting rid of hard water spots, which is kind of what this is. But if you hold this at a slight angle, it won't dig into the glass. All that crud is disappearing. So let's finish this up and make it beautiful. So looking almost brand new. Try to clean this off a little bit and see what I can do. So I think your best bet, because trying to use a razor blade on this is probably not going to be your best option. It's probably just going to cut it up a little bit. I mean, you could probably chip away a little bit at some of this scale buildup, but it seems like the algae scrubber is kicking its butt. Not to mention, it's almost like cleaning a grill. because these have the lips on it, the brush will actually contour to the lip and allow for you to get down in there and really scrub that stuff away. Now you can probably do the same thing and soak this in, or even spray it for, you know, half hour or so with some apple cider vinegar. I would just make sure that you do rinse it well, because you don't want droplets that are bubbling up from your tank to hit it, catch any of it, and possibly fall back down into your tank. So, not too bad. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did. So let's see. Like that, you can get in there and get some of that out. Just be very careful when doing this. And I really think using or even going to Walmart or the dollar store and getting one of these pads, which you can get at the dollar store, so why spend all that money? They're a nice coarse pad, and you know, put it in your cleaning box, toolkit, whatever you want to call it. So, of course, I have a little bit of a gap on each side. This was cut to size using this, so this way it'll sit down. It allows some space between the side of the frame and the top, but it's not going to hurt anything. So we know this is the back side because it doesn't have a handle. So now that we've got back piece clean, you also want to make sure, because it's got that little raise right there and there, how it sits in the tank. If you put it on, it'll work either way, but if you put it on upside down, it leaves the back of your glass raised up off the back of the tank. This is still kind of nasty, but a lot better than what it was, which I'll show you the other lid in a second. We'll show you just how bad that was. And of course, being I'm using the old one, it's super easy and quick to put on because it's already stretched. Now, I think these wear, because this is stationary, this is also a little bit stiffer plastic, and it's not being flexed, so it's not constantly moving, which is why these wear out before these. But you can get these separately. Okay, so this is what it looked like. So, as I was saying, some people were talking about how hard it was to get that in. So, just now, you didn't even see it. I was able to push these back together, but see how I can slide these up and down? I can pull them apart, put them back together. That was the problem. Over time, like you can see here, just from opening and closing, for cleaning, for feeding, for adding plants, whatever, this wears out. Not to say that the other one won't wear out as well, but the other one seems a little bit beefier. Chewies, check it out. Now I mentioned earlier about the solid piece or the groove piece. Put it on any way you want. Now, on mine, I had it so that this was up. So I wanted to try something when I put it back on, and I put it with the channel up. The main reason I want this is if I put something on the tank, or I'm doing something and something like fertilizer or something spills, this will catch it. It won't drip into the tank, and you can pick your lid up, get rid of it. But if you put it on this way, these little feet will actually if it's wide enough, or if you don't push this on the glass all the way, on the frame of your tank, that will actually butt up. See it right there? It'll butt right up and seal that to keep that spray from coming up. So I'm not going to bore you with any more of cleaning 101 because I'm pretty sure you guys got that covered. Quick and easy, dollar store, Dremel tool. What I forgot to mention was your second option, well, probably two. You can use, like I said, make sure you dry this because even though it's stainless, so they say, we're talking dollar store here. You can use a saw. You can use a hacksaw to cut these. Bandsaw, whatever you might have in your shop. I don't think I'd try to use a wood saw because it's too coarse of a blade and would destroy it. To do this, the notching part, you could probably heat up a knife and go down into it and then come down into it. But having a Dremel tool made this quick and easy. So let me show you what it looks like on the tank. Alright, so here's the tank. Skank lid in the sink. New lid, nice and clean. Well, almost nice and clean. That stuff from my fingers. Any rate, so at least now have a nice new hinge. Back is clean. I actually flipped this around so that the little piece of plastic tip staying down sits flush. But of course doesn't do anything out here. But here it makes it, just keeps it solid. So you can put it on any way that you want. Now another thing for keeping these clean is for the light penetration. Now the light that's on now is a beams work that I got locally from a guy for like 20 bucks. Not the brightest light there, but by having it clean, as you'll see, much better penetration. Blackbeard, getting on my nerves. More Blackbeard. So, outside of that, it's not something that I can't take care of. Like there, it kind of looks good on the rock, and you'll see some of the cories go at it. Some of the bristlenose and the babies will kind of go up there. So I've been dosing easy iron, and looking at it here, it's grayish, but looking at the camera, it's got that pink like it's dying off. So hopefully that's a good thing. Very important though, if you've got plants, keep these clean. Now you can see just how fast from running the air stone and having spray bar, how fast that moisture builds up under there. So at least now it's clean. All it's going to do is take a quick wipe on the top, underneath, every now and then to keep that crud from building up. So here you can also see lid, no lid. Well folks, I appreciate you watching. This is Rob with the Freeze Aquariums, wishing you a blessed day. Keep those lids clean, and look, I've got sleeves. So yes, you guys keep those sleeves wet. I've got more cleaning to do. Appreciate you stopping by. Feels good to be back doing some videos. It's been a while. So with that, peace. Have a great rest of your weekend, or have a good week depending on where you are in this big, wonderful blue planet that we live in. See ya.